I purchased this tile table for a very inexpensive price 2 years ago. I started painting it with the Cubana stamp from IOD, and then I got bored with it and it sat. So with the new IOD Paint Inlays arriving, I thought this would be the perfect time to try them out. The inlays come in 12 by 16 sheets in a pad. I used the grid on the backing to cut them to size, and the process is very simple. After priming these tiles with Salvation solution, I painted a base coat. This one is in Cherry Picked, and then when that's dry, paint another coat, lay down the inlay, use your brayer to make sure there's lots of contact, and then I used a wet microfiber cloth to softly dampen the backing. Throughout this video, I will go ahead and do some detail work to the original tile that I stamped, the Cubana tile. I am mixing different paints and patinas with water. I want to get kind of like a watercolor effect on those tiles. Now this is the cool part. When your inlay has dried a bit, you can softly pull it up. Be careful. If it resists, you can always water it down just a little bit more with your wet cloth. Then save that inlay because you can use it again. The design on the inlays are actual paint, so it will reactivate with water. Make sure you don't get it wet, or make sure you don't sand it like I did before you seal it. Here I'm painting some gold detail with DIY Golden Ticket Patina. I'm adding some gold dots to the rose chintz pattern. I worked more on the Cubana stamped tiles while I was waiting for the paint to dry for the inlays. Here's where I messed up. I started sanding because I love that weathered look, but I should not have sanded the inlay until after I sealed it. It made this blue cast around the parts that I sanded. To try to camouflage the blue hue I had all over my inlay tiles, I decided I would go back with the faded burlap and then crinoline just to accent and highlight. It did camouflage it quite well. Now to clean up those grout lines from the paint, I mixed the crinoline with half water in a little squirt bottle, and I scraped down into the grout, removing the paint, then filled it in with the crinoline. I mixed DIY dark and decrepit patina with lots of water to stain the wood. I wanted a weathered look, but not too dark. Here I'm getting some of the tackiness off of the tape before I applied it so it wouldn't pull up any of the painted tile. Before sealing the top with a brush and finisher, I first spritz it with half water and half sealer. I use DIY Big Top. With my microfiber cloth, I dabbed a few of the areas that had puddled up from my spraying. With the inlay paint now set, I could use a brush to add another layer of Big Top. Then I decided to add some gold flaking to the Indigo floral pattern. This table will be used in my studio while I work on projects, so I decided to add a coat of resin to the top. I am such a beginner when it comes to resin. I am not going to try to teach you how to do it, but I'm going to suggest to read the directions based on the product you have, and I'm also going to link someone that I know is a resin expert. I will link her information in the description for you, and I would check her out. To purchase these new IOD Paint Inlays, contact your local IOD stockist or visit my website, fruitfullifestudio.com, for these inlays as well as all the DIY paint products. Thank you for watching and happy creating!